So society has prospered in the aspects of promoting the use of internet and social media to the public, and it's been accepted so well by teenagers and adults in America. And it's become the highest point in its popularity for the generations before. And it's more accessible technology because more powerful and prominent social media sites such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. So, since I'm a young adult, I feel that it makes me incredible to talk about this, and also since I have various social media such as Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Since we're all here within the range of young adults and we're all pretty sure active on social media on a daily basis, I think that this would be beneficial to all of your knowledge on why it would probably survive the next decade. And considering the outward popularity usage worldwide, I feel like the social networking sites will continue to survive for the next few decades, and I hope by the end of my speech you will all pick a side on whether that's true or not. So first I will discuss what features really attracts people to social media. Then I will discuss exactly what makes social media appealing based off those features. And last, further, I will say how social media will continue to rise in its relevance. So my first main point would be that we all know as young adults we thrive off the existence of social media. And social media is our only addiction to continue to prosper from new advances that these sites will have. Social media sites like Twitter have many updates that appear anytime. So what happens is that once you first download the app, we all know that it continuously has updates depending on your iPhone, like your iOS 8, iOS 9, which hasn't come out yet. But those things like that would make it visually attractive. So many Twitter users find the need to update according to the software, as I just said. Every Twitter user wants these new updates to improve the way they tweet, which satisfies the visual aspect of what they gain. Because by seeing things, you also feel the addiction to how, let's say, maybe an alcoholic would feel when consuming alcohol. It's kind of the same relevance when doing that because it's a constant news feed on Twitter or Instagram, just depending on you. For social media, makes an individual's life easier for social interaction of any kind, which is mainly why social networking sites like Twitter are ranking users. So, the internet, especially on social networking sites like Facebook, in fact, Facebook has done this way to make finding new friends even easier and bypassing the traditional route for making friends. Befriending has made friending one of the hottest new verbs in American English, says Daily. Every Twitter user wants these new updates to improve the way they tweet. And Crawford says, much online media research has focused on having a voice, be it in blogs, wiki, social media, or discussion lists, and the metaphor of listening can offer a productive way to analyze the forms of online engagement and have previously been overlooked, while also allowing a deeper consideration of emerging disciplines online attention. So on Facebook, people usually follow people like family and friends. It's more family oriented now than Twitter, because Twitter is a wide variety which ranks in celebrities, promotional tweets, and things like that. When you interact with people, you provide the two ways of recommending people who you should consider following on Twitter. A lot of people make that choice to whether accept it or not. This allows someone to have a life and on and off the screen to develop an altered personality which gets one stimulation when someone decides to favorite, retweet, or share another individual's tweet or newsfeed that appear on Twitter's timeline. These actions are what makes social media so addictive, since we obtain reactions from those who follow us and comment upon what we tweet. And many research has compared this addiction to, like I said, an alcoholic or a drug addict. Daly also says it's easy to have a lot of friends on the internet, especially on social networking sites like Facebook. In fact, Facebook goes out of its way to make finding new friends even easier and bypassing the traditional world of making friends. attraction, moving on to my second point, would be why all these features connect to what the aspect of what really attracts everybody. So people still argue that after one makes friends via social media, they do not have any form of real contact with people, like, let's say from Europe or from across the street, like Egypt, Malaya, Poland, or New York and Texas and Oklahoma, things like that. However, based off my experience, I know it's possible for people to meet with complete strangers and develop friendships or even relationships, as some have been proven to show. I was able to connect with these individuals based off of Twitter specifically, and it is possible to develop these friendships because everybody has emotions, and we all have that feeling of connecting, whether it's by the smallest of connection that we have in common. Like if we have the same color, or if we like the same color, or if we like the same brand of shoes we wear. Things like that, even though it means like nothing, but it does mean something to your brain and to connecting with your emotions. And once you develop that attachment, it's very hard to just throw it away. So now to my third point. So Burns says Twitter is an important and influential social media platform, but research into its use remains centered around isolated cases, which would be as in political, communion, crisis communication, popular culture. But that fact also is, as I said, making friends or dating sites, which goes back to Facebook, because it contains pop-up sidebars along one's profile that advertise dating sites, hookups, or exotic suggestions to its users. This can also keep social media addicting with the availability of having online intimate relationships. And the whole idea of online relationships is misguiding, encouraging the values of lying, cheating, and with the cause of emotional distress, people everything through that cyberspace. And now leading back to what Burns said, the popular attraction. Now, aside from the liking and from developing friendships, we have current events that social media provides. And one example of that would be the recent event that happened, I believe, maybe a month ago, with Twitter and the U.S. military social media accounts were hacked by Islamic State sympathizers labeled ISIS, who basically took over the U.S. military social media, posting videos and threats and suggestions that they were going to do towards the U.S., which skyrocketed in trending on Twitter and provoked a lot of unnecessary comments that were happening, to the president and things of such forth. And I believe it was trending for about 3 days. So, despite other factors, social media being the kind of availability that helps satisfy, everybody checks their profiles and news feeds, and on the timeline periodically, which makes these current events more attractive to everybody and the users, because they always, we always check our news feed, we always hit that little slide, so we're always gonna be addicting to wanting to know whether it's just, a current event, or we're not really paying much attention to the news on TV, but we see it on Twitter and we notice it there, or on Instagram when they post pictures. So despite the fact that social media being unhealthy, I feel that young adults and the decades to come can still continue this trend. Because like I said, it's kind of an addiction. And from experience, I've only been on social media for the past 2 years. Before that, I did not know anything about the internet or any such forth, like even YouTube, I didn't know what that was. And I believe that it will still continue to prosper in the decades to come because it's just something that we're addicted to. We have to click that news feed, we have to refresh our timeline because it's something that keeps us going on a daily basis when we're bored or when we just need something to value. And with that, I'm going to conclude. So So all the social media has come far and not only go far with the decades to come. And with the worldwide usage and outpour of popularity, I believe social media sites will continue to survive through the next decade. And with this finding, I hope you too will understand and pick the side that it will prosper within the next decade at least. First, I discussed how social media attracts people with features and certain sites provided. Second, I discussed what actually makes social media appealing. And last, I discussed further how social